Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pravus Gaming, more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. We have another scenario developed by the same author as the Neo-Soviet Technological War. It is S.T.A.L.K.E.R, the Zone Secrets. Now, S.T.A.L.K.E.R, spelled out like that, is a first-person horror game, if I recall. But that's all I know. First-person shooter horror game. Never played them, don't really know anything else about it. But fortunately, it says right here that you don't need to know about S.T.A.L.K.E.R to enjoy the disease, which is very promising for me. September 12th, 2012, after the failure of Operation Fairway, a group of veteran stalkers decide to migrate to the center of the zone in search of answers to their secrets. Achieving to invade the Monolith War Lab, they were very badly wounded and mentally until they were captured, and their bodies used to reactivate a project destroyed by... I don't know what any of this stuff means. Things are happening. I'm sure it's very cool. Check out these other projects. All right, zombies with side effects. That's what I saw at the very end. That's what I'm getting out of this picture. Necroa virus. Metabolic jump, Darwinist, oxyxtremofil, and dopamine inhibitor should be fine. Item 54. It will contaminate people to expand the zone. The exclusion zone of Chernobyl are expanding in too many places, and item 54 can make this real fast. You are not going to get DNA points so fast. Use what you got wisely. Well, now I'm kind of wondering if I should have started with some free extra points. But okay, we've already infected 2 million people. That was shockingly quick. Okay, so transmissions. We have chemical focus. The particle begins to create adaptations about lots of chemical components by developing new abilities. All right. Psi focus. The development of brain control leads the particle to manipulate human minds into zombies. Also will develop new abilities. Hot focus, something about heat, and then electric focus, adaptations about electricity, alright? Atomic focus, the particle learns to manipulate subatomic particles by controlling time and space. Sounds amazing. But I've been told that I'm not going to get a lot of DNA, so 20 points does seem a little on the expensive side. Symptoms, radioactive breakdown. A powerful overload of different types of unknown radiation causes the creation of unique anomalies. I have no idea what that means, but it's a little bit lethal, as well as infective and severe. For our abilities, we have emissions. Powerful energy waves are released from the sky, causing the death of unprotected individuals and massive contamination. Pretty expensive, all in all. Item 39 has been reactivated. Item 39 is a mysterious ball of light that moves by the waters, contaminating where it passes. So what, do we just become super-duper water effective? I don't know. Pathogen resilience, all climates. Okay, so no drug resistance this time around. And, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Okay, well, it says I'm not going to get a lot of DNA very rapidly, and then we just got a surprising amount of DNA pretty rapidly. All right, we want to get some severity going. I'm going to go for the radioactive breakdown, even with that lethality. I'm hoping we can go fast on this. Artifact synthesis, a union of several joined particles, causes the creation of special orbs called artifacts. Fairly effective, I suppose. Unstable herbology, the contact of plant... Eukaryotes, I don't remember how you say eukaryotes, causes the creation of a new species of exotic plants. Look, you can't expect too much of me right now. I just got off of a 10-hour work shift, all right? Zoonotic Mutation, with a large spread of radiation-contaminated mutant animals are born and generally attack people, as opposed to each other. Spreading radiation, large waves of radiation move through the air to contaminate places and people. I'll pick that up for the extra severity since we seem to be spreading pretty quickly, and I'm hoping that's going to translate into extra DNA. But we are gaining a fair bit, so okay, what else can we go for? Do we want to have new abilities? I mean, chemical components? A psi focus? Manipulate human minds into zombies. Does this start the zombies? Feels a little early, but let's find out. Psi focus. Do we create zombies? Nah. What's this? Psychic anomaly. Tier 1. Psychic waves traverse cities, killing people without leaving any trace. Maybe this is going to lead to the zombies. I really don't know. We do also have psi storms. Ooh, this sounds like StarCraft all over again. Drop the storms! Go High Templar, kill them Zerglings. The fall of psychic waves from the sky causes to the human madness, creating zombies. Causes to the human madness. All right, sure, why not? Makes everyone go insane and we all become psychic zombies. Or something. Well, they detected me in Ukraine. It's great. Seems awesome. If only Chernobyl had actually created a bunch of psychic humans, that would have been at least interesting. I'm not sure that I want to go for any of these abilities yet. I think we want to focus on getting a bit more infectivity, so let's go for the unstable herbology that leads to unique rare plants. Development of unique plants in extreme regions causes fanatics to risk their lives in search for these plants. Very lethal, all things considered. now we're not gaining a lot of DNA. So they do say you got to be really careful about like how you spend your points, but I don't know. I haven't quite figured out the seam yet. You know, what's the real path to success? We got rust gas. That's pretty lethal all in all. Tier 2, a cloud of rust gas that melts the skin of everyone who touches it. That is disgusting. Really don't want to get touched by that rust gas. Bleh. It's like salad fingers, but he breathes on you and you just die. Yeah. New Zealand Center of Magnetic Shift. Have fun. Let's go for the Zoonotic Mutation. That leads to Violent Mutation. The evolution of mutated animals makes them bigger and more dangerous, making the Knights extremely dangerous. Okay, yeah, I mean, that sounds good and all. We really do need more DNA points if I'm going to continue this, though. Let's go over some climate resistance since we don't seem to be spreading very far right now. Pathogen resilience 2, more survivability in all climates. I was kind of hoping to spread faster in places like Russia, since we don't seem to be hitting critical mass anywhere, like, very quickly at all. But I don't seem to be getting that lucky. So do we want to go for... Let's go for the chemical focus. That leads to Chemical Anomaly. Tier 1, large accumulations of chemical components from large hazardous chemical areas. I've kind of resigned myself to the possibility that I'm going to lose my first attempt on this scenario just trying to figure it out. But if that's the case, then I should definitely be picking up as much unique stuff as I can and kind of figure out what's new, what am I missing, what leads to success. Dead winds. Massive clouds of gas pass through a region, strangling living beings and corroded any unprotected living creature. Very, very lethal. Okay. I mean, I would like to go for the atomic focus and see what that gets me. We're only 2 points off, right? But then again, we really do need to be going for the zombies. That is going to be important. So let's go for the atomic focus and see what we get. It leads to Space Anomaly, Tier 2. Invisible wormholes are created in different parts of the zone, leading to teleports and labyrinths across the world. And then Gravitational Anomaly, Tier 2 again. Waves destabilize, creating places where gravity is extremely light or heavy. Okay, so basically physics just doesn't even matter anymore. You thought you understood something, you thought you understood something about this world, and then nope. Walk in this room, feel like I'm 30 pounds heavier. Walk in this room, I can practically jump to the moon. Really messes with your brain, man. Let's start working toward what I think might be zombies. We're gonna go for Psychic Anomaly, Chemical Anomaly, and it does not lead to what I was hoping for. Okay, maybe I have to go for the Psi Storms? Like, how does one get zombies, eh? How does one get the Zombilinis? You have to tell me it's a rule. 36 points feels extremely steep in its cost, though. I mean, geez, man. We're not gaining DNA very rapidly, like, at all. So, we're a quarter away through the cure progress. Greenland shut down. I mean, great. Frickin' what leads to the frickin' zombies, though? It's the whole point of an Acroa virus. This is where I need to be spending points to get around to all these countries that are currently resisting me, you know? If you don't give me that, then what the heck am I gonna do? I mean, yeah, okay, hang on. No, I have no idea. Okay, I feel like going for the atomic stuff was indeed a mistake. We are still spreading, but they're halfway through the cure at this point, so I got very little hope. But I'd like to find out, before we lose this, does going for the Psi Storms result in me getting zombies? And thus far, since we don't seem to be getting into any new countries, and there are 3/4 of the way through the cure, I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to find out. Please, give me some orange bubbles, dang it. There's wine. One more. Thank you. Okay, let's see what happens. So we get the Psi Storms. That leads to nothing. Okay. Well, if these are locked behind the electric and hot focus? Oh, wait, no, we just started reanimating the dead. What? Okay, so I guess going for Psi Storms does create the zombies. Okay, hey, we found the seam. Good to know. This is not going to do me a whole lot of good, though. Probably. Yeah, this feels like it was too slow of a start, and I'm not going to get anywhere. We're going to get cured. So let's go ahead and reboot. But now I know where to go if I want to get the zombies. Okay, so this time around, I pretty much went for the zombies as quick as I could, grabbed a handful of symptoms to get that extra severity and infectivity going, and then just went for the Psi Focus and Psi Storms, maybe a couple of extra climate resistance, and that's about it. So now we're up to 40 DNA. We are not in the majority of the world, but, yeah, okay, we're making some progress. Just got very unlucky, I would say, with all of our airplanes and so on. So what can we find in the symptoms that makes us even better? There's World Fame. We did get artifacts for free, so we have some new things here. Several people around the world are interested in the magic artifacts, making lots of people to seek the zone. Complex artifact synthesis. The synthesis of artifacts becomes more complex, creating artifacts that are increasingly complex and useful. Okay, so the balls of light are doing something, I guess. There's the rust gas. We have zoonotic entropy. Giant, dangerous, flying mutants are results of extremely lethal components combined with genes from large mutant animals, and also now they fly. I mean, it said they fly from the beginning, so I assume that they fly in the first place. Unique plants, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we do want some extra infectivity. The extra lethality doesn't seem that important, though. Let's go for world fame. That leads to faction wars. Artifacts lead people to war to get them leading to major unrest, hindering research. The pacing or the wording here in these sentences are a little bit awkward in a couple of cases. World Fame 2, groups of tourists go to regions near the area to photograph and observe. Again, some infectivity, but complex artifact synthesis seems better. Then we have Miraculous Artifacts. With the creation of healing artifacts capable of curing diseases, scientists begin to focus entirely on study these artifacts. So what? They stop worrying about a cure anymore? Lethal expeditions! Rare expeditions into the zone usually end in tragedy, with survivors telling stories of mutated animals with incredible abilities. 36 DNA is a little on the steep side, but I think we can make that work anyway. Let's start making some progress going to islands and working our way over toward the new world, because as of right now, I would say we're a little behind schedule on that. It's going to take a long time to cross the ocean, but eventually them little zombos, they can swim across the ocean. It's an amazing feat. Really, we should all be very proud of them when you think about it. All right, let's see. I'm going to go from Indonesia and Australia. We just need to be hitting up some new countries. Z.Com has been activated in Africa, the worst possible place for me right now, except for perhaps North America. Because it's going to take me a long time to get down there because I didn't really get a good spread at the beginning of the game at all. I'm not really worried about the cure this exact second. I think I'd rather go for things like... The extra lethality doesn't strike me as that important. Psychic Anomaly. I don't know. We can go for the extra resistances, I suppose, but I feel like for now we're going to go for the unique rare plants and World Fame 2 and just try to spread around a little bit faster. We're getting into Greenland. Great. Let's go from Iceland to Greenland like so. And we'll start working our way in toward Canada. Let's get into New Guinea and the Philippians. Because, you know, of course, we need to make sure we get into those countries, especially if they are going to set up a new Z.Com base in the Philippines like that. I mean, that's just rude, man. Okay, Z.com's growing stronger in South Africa. They're starting to make some serious progress there. Okay, so the extra severity could be really good for me. We're going to go for the Zoonotic Entropy. It's a bit bold, I think. The extra lethality could work against me pretty rapidly. But I'm hoping we get a lot of DNA from infecting new countries, and I'm hoping the zombies become infective enough that maybe we can survive in the Philippines. Let's send some of the Chinese down to the Philippines. They set up a new base in Sudan. I'm starting to feel pretty bad about this start because, really, again, we just got such a terrible early game spread that it's a little bit difficult for me to actually make any meaningful progress. We also can't seem to send zombies very far at all. Like, for real, we can only barely move forward and infect anything, so... a little awkward in that sense, too. Let's get into Canada. Faction wars, maybe. Rust gas, anomaly. Too much lethality, man. Too much. Let's go for the hot focus and see if that leads to anything that lets me survive in the heat a little bit better. Overheating the area causes fire anomalies with random movements. Okay. I'm not feeling super sold on a lot of this stuff. There's item 39. I need things that upgrade my zombies. You know, I'm used to playing in a Crovovirus where you really focus on those. Let's go for the emissions for the super high infectivity. Powerful energy tempests. A powerful energy tempest called emission are destroying and causing fear in the people. Does it fall from the sky and infect a bunch of new countries? No, it does not, but that was a little too much to hope for, I suppose. Let's get into Mexico, and we'll also get into the Caribbean. We'll also go to Brazil and to Peru. Just make sure that we get some spreads going on in all these countries as well. It's ultimately paying for itself, so that's fine. Go from Algeria and Libya, Central Africa. Just trying to infect new countries so we can start getting a spread and overwhelm Z.Com just by having tons and tons of zombies on their borders, ideally. There's the Miraculous Artifacts for free, so I guess now they aren't going to be working on the cure much at all, right? The cure of the blindness found. Powerful artifacts are being able to make blind people see again. The scientists don't know what to tell about the zone. That it's deadly and you should all stay away. Yes, that sounds like the bestest of strategies. All right, what else we got here? Let's go over the faction wars that leads to massive faction wars. Several factions begin to invade laboratories in search of healing artifacts, mainly in search of a lot of money or their own goals. Okay. Let's go over the electric focus. It's electric! Boogie, woogie, woogie! Electricity causing electric anomalies. That doesn't seem particularly helpful either. I'm really concerned about Z-Com because I can't actually send enough zombies to be useful, can I? What about item 39? Does that lead to anything important? This does not appear to. We'll go from, let's say, Mexico to the United States. So we're getting in there, too. Nuclear attack on Australia. Okay. I think we're now in every country, right? Except for New Zealand, which we're getting into now. And then we don't have enough zombies. So really, it is going to be about the Philippines. Because we can surround these other countries for the most part and do okay. But getting into the Philippines is going to be a huge problem. Because I can only send like a dozen zombies at a time, and I need hundreds of thousands to have a chance. Yeah, they're killing them immediately. I don't think we can win this one because they got on islands. That sucks. Let's see. Chemical focus. I don't think this will do me any good. Chemical anomaly, large hazards. It just gets me extra infectivity and stuff, and none of that matters. None of this helps. So basically, you're telling me that in this particular scenario, if Z-Com sets up on an island, you're just doomed? And also, Z-Com is winning in Sudan, and they set up extras in Bolivia and stuff, too. So really, you need a really solid spread before you even risk activating Z-Com. Okay. Okay, we're learning things. Let's try it again. All right, we're going to try this one again. I've put another 20 minutes into this or so. The fact that you can't get huge swarms of zombies into a country is a major disadvantage in this particular scenario. So what I've done is I've let the cure progress get to about 70%, just trying to get as much of a spread as I can. But again, with this much lethality, they're going to shut things down pretty rapidly. There's just nothing you can do about it. And the next goal has to be, well, can I get to all these islands quickly before Z-Com can set up and get me crushed? But honestly, I'm not sure that you can. I mean, I can get to the islands, that's not an issue, but you have to now hit every nation and grow so dang fast that when Z-Com sets up, you're practically already invincible, which is really, really difficult to do if you didn't know. So, yeah, I'm not particularly thrilled so far with this scenario and just the balancing of it, unless there is something hidden somewhere that would allow me to actually set up some more zombies, in which case, hey, clever joke for you, but it still kind of screws with me, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Let's just try getting into every nation as quick as we can. We're trying to hit some sort of a critical mass before Z-Com sets up. But if we don't already have an absolute ton of infectivity in every possible country, I think we just straight up are going to lose every time. You need to be able to send hundreds or thousands or millions of zombies toward a country with Z-Com at some point. That's just how it works. Now, we could go for as much infectivity as possible, and I think that's an okay idea. The actual lethality is probably fine. Anything that basically just makes it faster for me to get started, get that ball a-rolling in these countries, the better. We are turning people into zombies. I mean, that's good. We're in a position where we can get into every country pretty quickly. But wherever they set up Z-Com is going to be pretty difficult for me to deal with. We really need to get in New Zealand, because if they set up in New Zealand, that actually could be a very big problem for me. That is the Philippines, the only other island that we are currently missing. Should not allow them to set up over there either. Preferably no island nations ever. And they destroyed Korea, okay. Waiting for that message saying Z-Com sets up in the worst place possible. I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it. Probably should actually leave Argentina open so that they definitely... Oh, they spawned in Brazil. Okay, never mind. I was going to say maybe they have to spawn in, like, Argentina or something, but no. All right, so how am I going to get enough infectivity? Well, we just ramp up that infectivity everywhere we can, as much as we can. But again, I think it is now physically impossible for us to set up fast enough in Brazil to actually deal with Z-Com. But we should be in every country, except for, you know, Brazil. The extra infectivity doesn't do me a ton of good. Item 39, sure. I'm looking for anything. Anything that will help and make it easier for me to actually do anything at all. I just don't see any evidence that we can. I may have to go into cheat mode if that's enabled on this scenario, just to find out, is there an option? But at this point, I'm kind of tired of spending my time looking for it, you know what I mean? There's really only so much I can do at some point. Moving zombies is a total waste of time and effort, because what is another 12 zombies going to do? Nothing. It won't do a dang thing. So unless there's an option I'm not seeing somewhere, when I did Atomic Focus earlier, I didn't see an option. I would have hoped he would set up in, like, Africa somewhere, but no, of course he's going to Australia. Well, the good news is we have at least a couple 100,000 zombies, so I don't think that Z-Com is going to do anything. But until we find a way to get through Brazil, we're just doomed. Straight up, we're just doomed. Teleportation, I don't think is going to do me any good, though that would certainly have been nice. I don't think the gravitational waves is going to help me either. Let's just do a quick double check. Do we send more zombies? Nope, it's still only 12. I mean, shy of going for as much severity as possible, I'm not sure what else to do. Mutation chance could potentially save me here, but I don't know. Chemical focus. We'll go for that extra infectivity. I mean, it does sort of kind of help. We've got a full swarm around Brazil, but what's that going to do for us? I mean, the numbers are ever so slightly inching up, but we need more than this. Yeah, no, and any minute now we're going to see a message saying, they've grown stronger. Oh, and they were able to deal with Australia. Of course they were. Yeah, this is an unwinnable scenario in that current state. You either have to wait until really you have hit critical mass in every single country, right? To the point where Z-Com can't get anything, or... Well, no, but if you do that, the only way to get that far is to basically fly under the radar with, like, no infectivity, which means you have to play for, like, 200 days with basically no symptoms evolved and try for that. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So can we play this with cheats and see what happens? Where's the unlimited strain? There we go. Let's just find out. Am I missing something? Because otherwise I'm about to say this scenario is not properly made, is imbalanced. And I hate to come to that conclusion. Right, because if the author did put something in there, then they may not deserve that, but still. All right, let's see. Fire anomalies, yes. Hazardous chemical areas, yes. Fault anomaly, cracks in the... Anomalies throwing several magma balls up. Electric anomaly, psychic anomaly. That leads to symbiotes. Symbiote anomalies. I don't think that's going to be swarms. Mental anomalies, shockwaves. Nope, okay. Space anomaly and gravitational, paradoxical... That just deals with research. That doesn't do me any good. What about the rest of these? No, go away. Pick these up. I don't think this is going to help me at all. Nope. So that's it in terms of the symptoms. We have the resistances, which I do find to be very helpful. Emissions, yes. Dead winds, which is extremely lethal. Psi storms for the zombies. Item 39. That's literally everything. So the question now is, I have my reanimations of the dead. Can I move more than 12? I have to wait till they actually do something. Wow, good lord, why are we actually infecting every country around us? Infectivity doesn't usually work that way. Is it the emissions? Okay, let's actually wait until Ukraine gets a fair number of zombies. Okay, we're up to enough. Let's test it. From Ukraine to Russia, more than 12? Nope. Yeah, I don't know, man. With the inability to move large swarms, it's not that I think the scenario is unwinnable, it's that I think it's incredibly impractical to do so. So I'm going to say I'm not really pleased with that scenario, and I think something needs to be added just to increase the movement of your zombies. Otherwise, it's really difficult to get going. Not impossible, just so impractical that I wouldn't consider it fun. Unless we have to go for a mission. You know what? I got one more try in me. Hang on. We're going to try going for emissions first. I'm wondering if this actually is going to help me with the spread by getting me into a bunch of countries randomly, like so. Okay, I mean, it did. So if getting a good spread before Z-Com can activate is the only way to win, then maybe you have to go for early emissions? Oh, if so, that's still really weird. So that's basically your Spore Burst, right? I'm not sure how thrilled I am about that, but okay. Let's go for some spreading radiation and such. We're going for a little bit of extra. But that comes with so much extra severity and lethality. Does that even make it practical? They're going to work on the cure very fast. Let's zoom forward and see if it actually made a difference. And, of course, they set up in Greenland. Right, the actual worst place to go. Yeah, no, it still doesn't let you get around quite fast enough. At some point, the cure does go quickly enough that you have to pop the zombies. It just doesn't make a difference. I am missing something. I am totally open to missing something. The scenario has like 4 stars, so somebody must see something that I don't. but it just seems like you have to follow one particular build order, like pick something up in a very different order than you would expect, like going for the emissions first, and that's the only way to stand a chance, and I haven't quite found it, and 45 minutes into recording this scenario, I think that's just the most I'm willing to put into it, so... Alright, the theme of the scenario seems good. There's a ton of customization. If it just had the option to move a few thousand zombies at a time somewhere in the abilities tree, that would make all the difference, and it would be a completely winnable scenario. Outside of that, it may be winnable, but I'm just tired of looking for it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the notify bell, and tell me if you found the way to win, because I couldn't figure it out. See y'all next time.